Welcome back to Feast Tool Time. Now, after 1 week of rain, we at last have the chance to continue our testing of the Lymow One robotic lawnmower. And there's big news in this video. Not only will we look at the new charging station setup here, but we will also talk about a critical software update that Limo pushed out to me just yesterday, which contains a lot of updates of issues that we discussed here on the channel. So that's exciting news. But before we do that, we have to change into something more appropriate for the job, right? Now, this looks better. So let's first have a look at the charging station and what I did here to improve the overall performance of the robot returning to the charging station without any error. So as we already saw before, I changed the charging station here quite a bit. So as you can see, let me open that here, which is very practical. So as you can see, the charging station itself is moved about 20 centimeters further away from the wall. This gives the robot a little bit more turning space when it goes into the dock and especially when it goes out of the dock. Now, how this looks like, we want to check out now. Let me start mowing a little test area. And there we see this turning maneuver where the robot before almost always hit the wall. And now this is much better. There's really no issue with this anymore. Now there's one thing to keep in mind, because as I move the charging station about 20 centimeters to the left there, it also is now of course a different position in the GPS map.
Lawnmower starting now.
So what I needed to do is actually delete the channel to the charging station and create essentially a new channel to the charging station, and now it seems to be working fine. But let's have a look how the robot is now docking. See, the Limo is approaching the charging station always a little bit from the left. And now also this turn, you see, it's much further away from the wall. That was really almost touching before. So this works really nice. As I said before, the charging station is now 38 centimeters away from the wall. And I don't see any issues here anymore. Don't do less, but this should be okay. So for me at least, this was a solution. Create a new channel and then the robot docked to the new position of the station. But as you could see, I'm not so sure, right? So there was nothing in the app where I could delete the charging station altogether and create it completely new. Maybe I didn't find that. I again have to ask Limo if this is the right procedure I'm doing here. For the variation I have with only like 20 centimeters, the robot seems to be able to correct it with those QR code like thingies to navigate to the station. So far I haven't had any problems. So but you will all be thinking, Fee, look, charging station, that's nice. What's new about the firmware and how the robot behaves in steep inclines? And this, of course, I want to show you now. So as I said, Limo released a new firmware update with a version 2.1.30 and some more stuff. And as you can see, that's really nice. It's essentially what we wanted. So some kind of blade jamming error, that's something we will investigate in the next video actually. Then we have enhanced the Mower escape logic to reduce the frequency of slip errors. This is exactly what we addressed here. Some optimized network things. some anti-theft things to reduce false alarms. I haven't had any problems there. And optimized bumper stock detection logic. Maybe we had something like this before, I'm not sure. And then at the bottom there, optimized tag detection during docking to improve charging success rates, which is also something we talked here on the channel. So I think that's very promising, actually. I do know that the R&D department from Limo received my review and hopefully also looked at the channel. I cannot explain it otherwise, that they addressed now specifically those issues. So thank you, Lymow, for that. But again, also happy to get in contact with you because I haven't heard back from them yet. Okay, but with that, I would say let's get mowing to see what really improved. So as you can see here on the steep incline, this is really not a problem for this machine to tackle these steep hills. The only problem was ever only the turning. And as we can hopefully see here on the video, now we have a situation where it does slip, but it does not stop. It goes a little bit far in the electric fence there. But as you can see, it didn't stop with an internal error. It goes back, tries it again. Everything is very slow though. And now also we see the robot is going somewhere completely different.
Attention, lawnmower starting now.
Well, okay. We are quite far from the original failure point now, but I was not asked to do anything manually. So that's already a major improvement here. Because before I always had to go into the app and clear that error manually. So that alone is a huge improvement. So simple, right? But it now makes this machine much more autonomous. Now it should do another turn over there. Let's have a look. That was also an area where it struggled very much last time. Difficult one, steep downhill turn, bit of slipping there, braking, readjusting. But I think already from what I can tell is that it uses more often the chains in both directions. Now on the other side here at the hill, it's lost. You know, I don't know what it's doing. It came here to this corner, essentially coming from over there, driving here, and normally it should turn back now, like it's now, more or less.
Attention, lawnmower starting now.
It was completely lost, and as you can see, it also missed all of that. So I applaud Lymow that they fix the issue of the robot being stuck and that you have to release it manually all the time. But I mean, maybe it comes back to it, you know. Let's not judge it too early here. But as you can see, it feels like the machine does not know what it's going to do next. And now, yeah, okay, let's see, maybe that's now the stripe pattern here in this little zone. And you can see my setting of the blade speed is the lowest. They call it now Eco. Yeah, up here we have it. So again, here I think if the machine would do more a curve-like movement and not this one chain movement, I think it would be better. And what we also see now is,
Attention. Lawnmower starting now.
so that's the area where the robot stopped. That's the area where it restarts. It's quite far away. That is 1.50 meter, something like that. But hey, if it mows and I don't have to clear the error all the time manually in the app, that's already a huge improvement. But as you can see, it does get stuck still quite often, less than before. I think there's a minor improvement in how it tackles those turns, but I think we are not there yet. Huge improvement, but we are not there yet. Come on, everybody's watching you now. Don't be nervous. Again, I mean, yes, it will slip. If you turn into the incline with one chain only, you will slip. And again, sometimes I feel like this whole behavior right now it feels like the robot is lost and doesn't know what to do anymore. Which cannot be, because it knows exactly where it is. So I had the idea to disable the smart obstacle avoidance now actually. I have the feeling that especially here in those steep areas, maybe the camera thinks that the hill is an obstacle. This is just a theory. Let's see how this works. Now the robot is on touch-only obstacle avoidance. Should do a 90-degree left turn now. Oh. Slipping. Like before, I have to say, same thing. Driving into the electric fence, which is on actually. I have to be careful myself. And now, as we can see, moving away now about a meter and now completely into the zone. So the turn was there. And like before, it now goes meters away. That's 3-4 meters away now.
Attention. Lawnmower starting now.
And of course, some of you pointed out that my terrain is quite steep, obviously. But let's see how steep it really is. So this ramp here, where the robot just got stuck, is, I would say, from what I can see here, one of the steepest. And I have this app here to measure it. Let's be quick. He's coming back. Tons of reflection, of course. Let's do this the other way around. So that's about 42 degrees, 40, 43. So that is then the limit. About 45 degrees, let's put here. 35. Let's go here maybe. Yeah, 33. So I'd say, and if you can see the area where the robot is now, it is steep. But you know, I'm really pushing it in. 23. So that should be well inside the limits of what this machine is supposed to be handling. The rest of the terrain is more or less the same. So I'm sure that I get very close or even exceed 45 degrees in certain areas, small areas, but the bulk, you know, the mowing areas, they are pretty much below. Ooh, let's be careful. Slipping. And be covered. Let's watch one more turn here. Why? Because now, as you can see, it just drives off. As if it would be nothing, right? With two tracks, it drives everywhere you can even think of. It's really fun to drive this thing manually through every obstacle you can think of. It's such a pity. Not to be too harsh as well.
Lawnmower starting now.
This is a major improvement here, and I believe with all your comments and all our persistence here to bring all these things to Lymow, I think we already improved this machine quite a lot. So I think there are slight improvements to the turning strategies. Well, that's touch only now, really, yeah?
Robot internal error.
Oh dear. So now, because I have this touch only strategy or obstacle avoidance on, the robot drove into this metal bar, which is actually not on the map. So why is it going there anyway? And now it's stopped with an internal error. Let's have a look. It says here, bumper jammed, error 44. Press the bumper to check movement, clear any debris if it's stuck. Well, it's your own fault, right? I'm not doing anything now. I will just continue mowing, see what happens. Clear the error. Clear the error. And resume.
Mowing.
Let's see what happens.
Attention. Lawnmower starting now. Robot internal error.
Such a shame, because here I was thinking, just drive back, free yourself like with everything else. And as you can see, there was nothing that's stuck underneath, it's just jammed to the front. Now let's resume.
Lawnmower starting now.
Smooth turn here, very well done. So we do see a real improvement here, I think. Certain areas in my terrain are still very difficult for the robot, but I am really much happier than before. Let's see what's happening here. Oh dear. And we are stuck. So of course there's still some work to do And in all the moments I wanted to say good things about the robot, that's how much it improved, it got stuck again. But it always continued so far, apart from that one time it bumped into that metal pole. There's so much potential in this machine. It's really, let's keep working on it, right? So let's see how steep this ramp is, which is one of the steepest areas in my garden, especially this last bit here. As you can see, that's really a steep ramp where the robot has to go up to move to the charging station. I think this will be the steepest bit here. I have again my app. It's actually only 31. Hang on. I thought it would be more. 37, 36, 37 degrees. So that's well within specifications for this machine. But there's one thing that I just noticed, which is weird. Because actually I wanted to film the Limo going uphill, and I show you the incline on the smartphone app. This didn't work because, yes, I was a bit too late with the smartphone app, so I stopped the Limo, pushed the red button here to just stop it, set it a little bit back, and then let it drive up again. Believe it or not, I don't know how to release the emergency stop now. So it says here clearly emergency stop. Normally I was able to clear that error here and just click resume or dock. Nothing. I can go back to the main menu here. It says emergency stop. Nothing I can do. Also here in settings, sorry. I can say cancel task. Reset successfully, emergency stop button pressed. You are live. I'm sitting next to the machine. I did not. So maybe I keep continuing canceling the tasks here or what? I mean, yeah, I have 5 new, what, again? Yeah, this I will report to Limo, because right now I don't know what to do. I actually think I have to turn everything off, turn everything back on, and then be able to control the machine again. Ouch. So I was able to revive the robot by pressing again and again the emergency button. But now I can do my shot. Well, that worked half good. So maybe it was a user error again. Maybe the procedure to release the emergency brake here is to press the button hard again. Maybe I did not press hard enough, I will be honest with you. But no feedback in the app, nothing. That's still room for improvement here. Let's see the docking procedure. And I think it's now much more centered, right? So before I was saying that maybe the robot tries to go back to the old position of the charging station. But as you can see, it goes well centered on it. And we should not have a problem with contact.
Charging started.
I mean, I would wish that it's more centered than that. As you can see, it's still leaning a bit to the right, but from what you can see as well is it's charging. Difficult to see on the camera, but the contact is there. It's fine. Yeah, so these were some examples, real life examples of how the Mower behaves with the new software version 2.1.30, which does have some improvements, I have to say, especially that it doesn't get stuck and I don't have to clear an error manually all the time. It's a huge improvement. Thank you, Lymow. Now, actually, the mower might be something I can use. We still saw some slipping issues and the mower seemingly being lost, but I think that's fine for now. Again, I intend to continue to collaborate here with Lymow to make this software better, to make this machine better, because we know it can do it. You saw my terrain is steep, but it's not that steep. And of course, we haven't even talked about all that there. And with the Lymow charging there behind me, thank you for watching. Until next time at Fees Tooltime. Here actually a no-go zone that I forgot to include. There are stones there. And now it beached actually. Let's see. This is my fault, but let's see how the Lymow tries to rescue itself. Come on, you can do it. It's beached now on a stone plate that looks out from the bottom. This doesn't look good.